calendars. Okay. I want to call to order the Braintree regular select board meeting for May 19th, 2026. It's now 6 p.m. I think no, it's still 5. Does anybody have anything to amend on the agenda? I'm going to add to executive session also a contract. Okay. We need to approve the minutes from the regular meeting on May 5th. Do I have any comments?
Yeah, I just have a few silly grammatical or typo changes in section 6A and one substantive change in 6A. I've got them written out or I've got them circled and whatnot, but just quickly delete the colon after the word propane, separate a clear from one word into 2 words. There's a double period after 20,000. Separate fuel was into 2 words instead of 1 word. Add a period after Vermont. And then the substantive changes are relative to the dollars, the percent of dollars that are spent on propane versus pellet. We've got a 0 in there saying it's 7 cents for every dollar or 22 cents. So we got to delete the 0 so that it's 72 and 22. And I will hand these off to ease of read. Those are my only changes.
Only on this page.
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 5th select board.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Citizens' comments.
Cemetery Commission report.
Yeah, we're almost
Almost
we'll
there.
let you go first. No citizens' comments. Okay, now cemetery commission report.
We had a good showing for the
yeah, I saw different people working.
yeah, there we put 22 hours of volunteer service and staff time devoted to cleaning up Braintree Hill Cemetery. It's a good cleaning. And then commission members on their own handled all the rest of the cemeteries in town. We have a new mowing contract with Shepherd's Way. We had Jason's mowing, but he did not submit a bid in a long time, so we ended up going with another person. Just FYI, we've had a busy spring. We have 8 burials, including one in early June that will have been accomplished. We'll do 2 on one day, which is a new first for us. And then Klaus met with 3 families regarding future burials and existing family plots and things. And with regard to existing family plots, there's the people that he talked to about existing family plots, but it's going to require some research because what they want to do and what notes indicate is allowable in the space. So there's a difference there. When people buy a cemetery plot, they are not required to buy corner markers, but we are strongly encouraging people when they buy a plot to do that because it makes the job down the road much easier when you're trying to figure out where.
Oh, it's laid out in the law, you know.
Right. Because we have, in in fact, Cal and I need to spend some time with the maps in updating things that people here in places that are not located on the map, and then it's all, something.
Are those people complaining?
Well,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
As a
Okay,
matter
good.
of fact, but it makes it awkward when two people want to be married in a plot with this. Yeah. And then Burridge Cemetery. That road is eroding. Cal wanted to suggest that the possibility of paving the hill so that then the state would put in some barrier, and this has to do with a conversation that he might have had with, I think, the state engineer when we were out doing some work being done by the town out there.
So Norm and I met with the hydraulics for the
Right.
area about a bridge up away near there. And as we were leaving, talked to her about that cemetery and the issue. And we suggested a few things, and Lauren, you can correct me if I missed something, but we suggested something like Jersey barriers or a set of guardrail that runs fairly low, right? That would keep debris from getting thrown into the cemetery. There may have been a couple other things, but we were told no to active barriers
I remember.
because of runoff. Couldn't impede the water leaving. I don't, just off the top of my head, trying to think through how paving it would change things. But I don't know. I'd have to ask around about that. But I'm happy to ask somebody. I can't think of how.
And Cal mentioned that Lauren mentioned moving the road use.
I think the idea was that it could go further into the bank on the other side would work, because the right of way extends into that bank a little bit. To push it, not a significant amount, but like a couple of 3 feet maybe, sort of bend it away.
Right. That's
Yeah.
every year that goes by.
That it as we thought about it, that's not the most elegant, probably the easiest solution if we can pull that off, because the others get a lot more common.
So anyway, we're still
Yes, we haven't forgotten.
raising flag.
I know we haven't forgotten. We keep trying. And I appreciate that. I can totally appreciate that.
That's it for now. There's several, there are other variants, so this has been a lot of variants for us.
Looked like they were doing some dirt work in the, forgive me if I don't know the name, the cemetery back there by my parents' farm. Yeah. Lower Branch.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was? What?
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know this was. I thought it was. I knew they were big. So.
And
yeah, on that southern end.
The drive, whatever, up to, I always get Man and Spear mixed up because the Man has a thing I'm talking about, Man. That's degrading a little bit. That's degrading a little bit, but I haven't heard any complaints on the new mowers. So.
That's awful. Is that the one off path?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Small.
That's kind of a steep little straight up. Is that because there's water running over the entrance? Is that what that was? We had
I
a
do
discussion
know
about
that
that.
we had talked about, it, but the ditch that was dug there was kind of. Well, back up and down, it was like much of a ditch. Down there, not too much.
It's a culvert just up the hill.
Yeah, but I think we were talking about, I think at one point we talked about a small culvert in the entry. Because there was water coming over the top or something, making it, yeah, I have to go look at it. But if it's getting worse,
Yeah, as I said, we.
Yeah, more.
Right, right.
well, you look at it. If you want to. I don't know.
It used to
Culvert
take,
just up the hill.
Jason's phone used to take a, really good sized mower up in there.
Yeah, because you could see where the deck was hitting the
Yeah.
entry stones.
And,
Busy time.
it's.
Yeah. So Nancy, if you need a hand with that remaining work, feel free to give me a call. I wasn't able to join you for the big call out, but if you're thinking of going up on a Tuesday or something, just give me a call, and if I'm available, which I likely will be, my situation at home has resolved a little bit.
Means your wife is standing again?
Yeah, she's standing and walking, exactly.
No, this is just a handy 2-person, 1 person. And, I scoped it out, and then we had the whole, weekend half of rain over there.
Yes.
If you ever need a single hand, I owe you.
This one.
Perfect. No, thank you very much for all the hard work.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nancy.
Have a great rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bradley, I assume you're here for a citizen's comment.
This is the,
Yeah. For your,
my, so that's the reimbursement for the water filter maintenance.
okay,
So I made a chart. I thought, I'm a visual person, and maybe
I love it. I am too. It's hard for us to remember all the words, so if you make a chart, that's easy.
Thank you.
when classroom, you try to pen stuff in. Everything is fixed together.
Your chlorides come down significantly.
So this is basically the 3 times that we've had the water tested. 2016 goes back to, we didn't have it done, but when the lady across the road, her son, lawyer, they did it. So those results are on here. And then the 2024 piece is what sparked the thing about some solution, and we came up with the water filter. Obviously, the upper one is chloride, the lower one is sodium. Those are the detailed reports each year, or a copy of them. So I was a little surprised, somehow part of the message got backed off, and I didn't know about the results, so my court case we had some time on it. So they printed off a copy of the report. So I was a little surprised between 24 and 26.
Came down to half.
All came down fast.
Yeah. Did they give you a,
I'm skeptical.
okay, that was my question. Did they give you an indication of why that might be, or did they?
No, the guy was very deliberate about telling me that they are not supposed to give any advice. Although he did make some, he was very nice to me. So I thought, so both the chloride and the quartz, I think chloride 250 is the place where you're not supposed to go over.
Yeah, in 24 you're 267.
So being skeptical, this materials with you.
Yeah.
My instinct is the end of the year or the beginning of 77 to spend another $24.
Yeah.
Retest and see if those numbers come through.
Right. See if it bears out.
Or even lower. You know, if for some reason something screwed up and they go back up, you know, so be it. But I just think we need to at least test it.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. I think you have to verify it. But can I ask, if I remember correctly, when we started talking about this 2 or so years ago, and there was also, in addition to just the testing level being high, there was also a flavor problem, right? Like you could taste the water taste. Are you still experiencing that, or does that seem to have resolved at all? I know you're running most things through the RO.
So we have two faucets now. We have one faucet that goes through the filters of the RO and the regular faucet. And since we've had filtered water, I don't know as my wife drinks it. She's the one that has the.
Yeah.
I can't taste it. I was just drinking it for years. I can't taste it. She said it's sparkling. So I can't answer that question. I don't know. But the thought that, you know, she said, well, if everything is coming down, you know, we can use it as well. So I don't know about the taste.
Okay. I was curious. I mean, I don't think it's a.
I would think. Different.
Yeah, I mean, you have your chloride.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't. Because we not really tested our water outside of looking for these things. I don't know what well would taste if, for example, there was no sodium or chloride.
You had no baseline. High levels.
I was curious. What year?
Man, Vincent Savage here. So post 2016, or maybe it was new around 16.
More than 10 years.
What? No.
I was just curious. Presumably that should solve the problem anyway.
Yes, leaching. Yeah. We'd have to look that up. I want to say it's 10 or 12 years, but I could be wrong. somewhere between 14 and 16, I think. But don't hold me
Um,
though. I mean, that's our hope, right? That over time your levels drop as things sort of flow through the system out.
Water that's not competitive.
Yeah.
Of course, it's true, so that our aquifer. Will clean its
Cycle. Well, and, well, it could be fantastic if the state knows what they're talking about.
love to get tested again, see if
So it's even lower.
it's continued.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. To see the trend over multiple years. Sounds good. I appreciate it. Well, it sounds like good news. I'm gonna give that to Jesse, I think. So I'm gonna leave that in her capable hands.
Right.
And do you want your testing results back? Okay, perfect. We'll hold on to those.
I just gave you.
No, this is just the.
You gotta put data on your video.
Okay. We'll put it all together and that's all right. We've got tons of files and tons of paperwork and that's how life is. You should see my office. I got a whole room this size full of filing cabinets. It's okay. But thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Good news.
Thanks. Have a good evening. Okay. Oh, Megan's here. Megan, the next on our agenda, the
Highway report?
Oh, highway report. Sorry. I gotta wait. You gotta wait. Lauren's got.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm still on my way, so I'm gonna be a few more minutes. I'm sorry, but I'll be there as soon as I can.
No worries. We'll let Lauren fill the void.
I don't see a notebook
Okay.
in his hand, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, I got a notebook.
You can do it off the top of your head.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
been working on the class 2 grant. We put in some drainage out on the hill by our buckles. And working on the grants and aid. We put that culvert that's out here in the ground today, so. That's planted
And the road's open again.
and the road's opening, yeah.
Well, I couldn't get through this morning.
I know, I forgot it was
Road was
happening.
blocked. Check the website. Came a little quicker, I had dug that up behind the machine, we could have drove through.
Doing the best I can.
Off-roading with the minivan.
Hey, that thing's rugged.
That's
Or the Mini Cooper.
Hey, that thing's rugged.
That's the only guy with a bike wanted to go to. The 2019, that's broke,
The Mac
Mac, yeah,
again?
yeah,
What now?
Are we getting next year?
the spout that
Is it
holds the
truck?
rotted. The
Which?
spout goes down, the spout that goes to the transmission. It's the dipstick goes down through a tube
Mhm.
behind the cab. And it's held in there by a couple little brackets, well, they both popped. Broke and.
Impossible to get to.
Worked their way out.
Impossible.
No, I think I can put it in myself when it gets here. Waiting for the damn part. And,
But it's all sand. I mean, it's all salt. It's just rusted out.
yeah, it's just rusted. Yeah, that's just rusted, so. The grader has an oil leak on one of the. Hubs, gonna be guys coming next Tuesday to fix that.
Which I talked to Charles. We hope that's under warranty.
It's under warranty, I gotta figure out if they're gonna charge us for mileage and stuff. They better not, because it's not even a year old yet. We ain't had it a year, cause we've had it 6 months yet even. No, we ain't had it 6 months,
No.
no, not just barely. It's only got 150 hours on it, so. And it's already a freaking leak. John Deere's never leaked.
Well, I think we just assume that we're not paying that, and if we get billed for it, fight it.
I don't mind arguing. What, we did a 5-year lease on it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that and. That's it. Pretty much.
You're supposed to kill more time, I can still do it.
You want me to go get your notebook?
You could, I guess. I mean, I think.
Oh, I can add to it. We also got the grant and aid notification for next fiscal year.
Yeah,
So we have a $20,000 grant and aid for the next fiscal year that will cover,
2027.
that will cover Allen Vent work.
No,
Oh,
we'll use that somewhere else. We gotta determine where we're gonna use it. But yeah, that's what, how much money we're getting is 20,000. This year, we're getting the 26. We're getting. 29,000 reimbursement, but we have to spend 36,000.
also it's going down.
Huh?
It's going down the level is.
Well, you have to spend 36,000 in order to get to 29. So our percentage is 7,000.
40%.
Yeah, 20%. 25, actually 25.
Okay.
So,
The other thing, if you're done with the grant and aid, the other thing is there was a question raised whether we could have the road crew brake certified. It took me a minute to figure out what that even meant, but I talked to Vermont Local Roads, and it's essentially being technically trained to make adjustments to the air brake systems. Because
slack adjusters.
they could just do it, but they haven't been through like formal training in that, right? So for many reasons, we started looking at that. I called Vermont Local Roads, who said in the past, they had a contract with a private company, something that starts with an E, it escapes me, to do training, do on-site trainings with people, and they would do it and bring in, 100 or so road crew members from around in each region to train. They lost that contract about 3 years ago. They've been trying to find another one and haven't, but there's one online source from a company called Bendix, and it's a 3-day online training to be brake certified. And the cost is $425, I think.
Do we sit everyone down in front of the same computer?
$425. No, you have to have.
And put it on triple speed?
Yeah, I mean, you could, but
$425
they
per
won't
person?
all get certificates, right? You're gonna have to pay the fee for each person if you want each person to have a certificate.
Do you know how
So
long,
they could all learn it,
Right.
but only one guy's gonna get his name on the card.
how long was the old train?
It was the
What?
But it was in person.
But it was in person.
It was like practical
3
hands-on
days.
training.
It might, I think actually the in-person is 2 days.
Yeah.
And so,
I think we get hold of the truck driving school in Berlin there. See if they offer anything.
I'll ask, I'm telling you, the local roads guy said he didn't know anybody but this, so. I'm happy to ask, but this was his suggestion. He said it's,
Well, I know one person, they ain't gonna do it.
he said it's mind numbing,
Mhm.
but you'll learn things and you'll get the certificate and, it'll sort of check the box of having someone who can do the work and look over the work, to make sure it's done right. So it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'll talk to Lauren and we'll pull the crew, but just so everybody knows that there's a good possibility we'll spend the $400 for that training to get somebody.
Are we
Certified.
proposing just one person gets certified?
I think so. I think for the moment, that's all we need.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, it can't, like you say, it can be that there's 2 or 3 of them that wanna sit there. And maybe they just don't get the certificate, but if they've got the training,
I don't know, use Photoshop.
I don't.
Yeah, maybe. I'll also just say, if you sat me in front of that video for 3 days to learn something as tactile as that,
Mhm.
I probably couldn't do it after, so just the learning style
I
of
think-
people.
I think there,
Right?
I think there is at least one person on the crew that can deal with that and also has the mechanical background to sort of meld the two.
Yeah, great.
So I think we can pull it off. It's just, I don't know when it's, the course is in July. There's very specific dates for it, and it's July 16 through 18, I think.
Yeah, I think we have to think about it.
So it is interactive then. It's not just like something you log, it's not like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, it's a designated, it's not watch the recorded videos. It is.
That's more of what I was thinking it was.
No, because I wondered if it's
Yeah.
the same thing, but they're very specific dates, and I want to say it's either 19 to 21 or 17 to 19. But it's right around mid-July.
It's probably got to do with disc brakes and drum brakes.
There's a whole list of
Yeah.
things that it teaches,
Yeah.
and I'll send you the thing. It's like 30 something items that it's gonna train on. So there's probably more than what they need, but you know, whatever. Just zone out for those portions.
It's, yeah. But you gotta pay attention if there's a quiz at the end of it.
Yeah. But but I think, and Lauren can correct me, I think there's a lot of times that the trucks probably go off to have little things done, that if we did this, somebody could just do it here. And it would save us a little bit of.
Right, well, the thing is like. I've done it, and I do it, and I've done it here. But after I do it, since I'm not certified. Certain people won't drive the truck,
So
so.
if we do this, we sort of take that wrinkle out.
Did we ever get a bill from McLeod's lately?
I don't know.
I don't think your name in there.
Oh,
So I don't think they got it, so I think they did it for nothing. I had Pete stop by. With the truck and have him check the brakes, did my work. And he looked at it and said, came into the office where Pete was waiting. What's wrong with the brakes? Pete says, I don't know, nothing as far as I know. They work fine. Yeah, he says, there ain't nothing wrong with them, so I don't understand why you're here. He says, well, you gotta have a certified guy check it out. So we'll have certified guys that way.
But if we have someone who is that person, it just takes a little wrinkle for us.
Hey, guys.
Yeah,
So I just looked it up real quick. There is something called the Vermont Truck and Bus Association that offers in-person seminars on air brakes.
okay. Well, the company that Local Roads sent me to was Bendix. But if you send me the link to whatever you found, I'll give them a ring, because having it in person seems to me better than. If it's the same thing, better than sitting in front of a computer for 3 days. So I will admit, I just went to where Todd Eaton told me, so I didn't do much outside work to find it.
Thank you, Colin.
But thanks. Yeah, send me the link, Colin, and
How's
I'll
the weather?
search it out. Yeah, don't even give me some.
No, it's thunderstorms. It's no fun.
I don't want to hear it.
Sorry.
Tomorrow won't be, and I won't feel bad for it. I'll take it. Megan's still not here. Okay, let's go down to, oh, wait. We'll give Megan a minute. We'll go on to something else. Let's go to the last item and then we'll come back to Megan. So the purchasing policy. Did I send that to everybody, or do you have a copy?
Yes.
Does anybody want to mess with
No.
any of the changes that were made? The main thing that you want to pay attention to is that. So just to recap, some of it was just formatting and capitalizing and so on and so forth. The major changes were changing the sort of
No problem.
discretionary spending in the beginning with no oversight from $500 to $1,000, just because the way things cost nowadays, 500 doesn't get you where it used to.
Don't get your blades.
Right. So I upped that just on the idea that everything costs more. And then made some changes to the formal bid process as to how we receive bids and the manner in which they were sealed or unsealed and received and handled by the people here in the office. I don't think it changes much as far as. Yeah, go ahead.
Does that mean that, you do not accept them via email anymore?
No, that was a point that Lou made, that I've got to make that change also, that they can come in by email also, because the only thing I put in there because I was doing a couple things at once and wasn't thinking it through, was adjusting the way it was received by mail, but I didn't mention email, so that is one change I'll have to make before next time when we finalize it. But the main change was adding a paragraph in the beginning about attempting to buy local as a means of supporting the local economy.
Which is in section under purchase authorization 1A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your changes make sense. I think it's worth making those changes and then thinking about the whole bid process and maybe tightening that up as well.
Yeah.
In the future. But I think these changes are a good step in the
Okay.
right direction.
So let me add in the section about email, how electronically receiving bids in addition to
Yeah.
snail mail, and then we'll,
And I sent you a draft that has
Yeah.
those, okay.
and then we'll recirculate that and
Do it at the
vote
next
on it at the
meeting.
next meeting. That's
Okay.
okay. So you can leave it on for next time, Paul. Please. Okay. Bert,
Okay. Here we are again.
yes, good stuff.
Yes. So let's see, where to begin?
From the top, no.
Yeah, I guess the first item, I'm gonna start from the, like, how the last 2 weeks have gone, I guess.
I think having talked to you, I think that is the correct
Yeah.
path.
So, after your last meeting, I went back to my desk and set about, putting together a series of draft contracts for the board to review this evening. And, discovered, or actually, misremembered, I guess, the fact that the bid that we had received from, Steve Heller to install the new garage floor did not include removal of the garage floor. It's just, installation of the new floor once it has been removed by someone else. So once I, saw that, I realized we need someone to remove the floor, which I think Lauren and Daniel had already figured out and sent me a bid that we had received from Paul Lambert, for removal of the floor. And that his bid came in at, I think it was 13 something.
13.5 maybe.
17.
Was it 17?
17,350.
Yeah.
So that added, quite a bit more to the cost of the project. And I thought it would be prudent and responsible for the board to understand how that would impact the overall cost of the project, and then the balance of the town campus fund with that additional cost. Lauren also did some outreach to other contractors that could potentially do both the removal and the installation. We got one bid back.
We got two.
I only saw one.
Oh, there's one that came in from Aldergetty, which was, I think, $2,000. What was it?
It's 58 something, so
Okay.
it's about
So it's
7,000.
7 more than Messy.
So, yeah, the messier one, was kind of. For like more or less was the same as hiring Lambert and Steve to do both things.
Like, it's almost identical, isn't it?
Yeah,
Price-wise.
so, so I went forward, and you probably saw I sent around, draft contracts for the board to consider that contemplates hiring Paul Lambert to do the removal, as he described in his bid, and then Steve Heller to do the installation as he described in his bid. So that's the floor.
Can I ask a couple of questions? So why would we go with the two, Lambert and, Heller versus the same price for Messier?
That's
Single contractor versus coordinating two?
That's an excellent question. I don't have an answer for you. and I'd be curious to hear Lauren's thoughts on that.
Your
I,
experience with
Steve,
either or
Any of them?
all, yeah,
Messier, I haven't had any experience with.
it's a good reason not to.
Altogether, we've all had
Yeah,
experience with it. Not cost necessary expense, but cost. And Steve. He's been doing it a lot longer than the other two.
and with Lambert, they work together often? Or,
I take it they do.
yeah, okay.
Steve suggested Lambert to do it.
yeah,
Great,
Yeah, I would
okay.
think, I think that's, for me, that's the point, is that Steve didn't put the removal in his first bid and offered up somebody to do the removal in his place, which makes me think he may not even wanna do it,
Mhm,
which is the reason I
Right.
asked Paul to come in, and Paul happy to do it.
understood.
Cutting cement is not a fun time.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I imagine.
And then I noticed something else in one of the communications was that, is Lambert disposing of the concrete or are we disposing of the concrete?
The town.
I don't know if Lambert's doing it, I think we're taking care of it.
We are, and so you've got,
Bid, it was, the town was taking care of.
right, and so I just wanna underscore that and make sure you are good with that. Yeah,
Sure.
We got a whole farm.
okay,
Okay.
Imagine
Any
it.
other questions, Liz?
not on the floor.
Okay.
Oh,
So
except, are we talking about radiant or not yet on the floor?
we're gonna get there.
We're good.
Okay.
So, I also, while all of the things with the floor were happening, had some back and forth with a contractor that the US Forest Service works with to evaluate, the wood heating projects that they fund with their $25,000 grant. So they kind of do their due diligence to make sure that their grantees are like designing the system properly and like actually gonna be, you know, utilizing the technology in an appropriate way. So I had a couple conversations with that gentleman who seemed, you know, incredibly competent and knowledgeable of a lot of different applications of these systems. He's familiar with lime green. And he had some really good questions about the size of the boiler and some of the other components. And so he sent those to me, and I sent those to Lime Green, and they acknowledged receiving them. It didn't change the size of the boiler that was included in the quote, but it did change the number of Modine units. And so Lou and I had some back and forth about that when we were working on the draft contract, and there's one part of the contract that they still need to kind of clarify the 4 hookups as opposed to 2.
Do we, if we're dropping one of the overhead heaters, do we still need the same size unit?
Yes, but you can, so after talking to the Forest Service folks, we agreed that, so the unit, the technology, you can scale it down, to, you know, service like fewer BTUs than
So
the
it's not like you buy-
capacity of the unit.
it's
So
not
you
like
don't have
you-
to use the full capacity of the unit.
But you can't buy a smaller one if you know you're never gonna use full capacity.
Well, we had talked about in the future potentially, when these heaters kick the bucket, running hydronic heat to this building, and if we did that, then we would need like a
Okay.
larger unit, so we're future proofing
Perfect.
for additional use. But we probably only need the one Modine on this side and then the one Modine on the other side, which is really just to have a faster heat recovery when the overhead doors open and close.
But our plan is anyway to keep the 2 propane heaters in there as
Right.
well, so we would
It's
also
an
have that.
emergency backup, yeah. So after all of that was sorted out, which took a while, I drafted a contract to Lime Green. Lou reviewed it, and we sent it over to Tom, and he responded by referring us to another employee of Lime Green who reviewed the contract and then submitted the feedback that I shared with the board in my email. And I don't know if we want to go into executive session to discuss contract terms and contract negotiations, or if you want to talk about this in.
Can we hit other points and then do that? Or do you want to do that to move on to other things?
I mean. Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm happy to pause the recording.
We can hold that. So other things that I'll say is that, I provided a new scenario in my now ridiculously like complicated spreadsheet. That contemplates a scenario where we obviously move forward with the removal and replacement of the floor in the truck bay and explore laying down the infrastructure that would be needed to have a radiant floor system that would either be served by the existing propane boiler or
Which there isn't one.
oh, it's not what I thought. Okay.
Right.
So then it would be essentially getting the tubing and the plumbing in there so that if the town is in a position to upgrade the heating system, no matter what the fuel is in the future, there is tubing there and it can service a radiant floor, because once you pour the concrete, game over for decades, pretty much.
Unless you want to spend another $50,000 to.
Yeah, so, if we did that, it would come out of the town campus fund, it wouldn't be covered by MERP because it's not connected to any renewable heat system at that point. So the scenario, I guess I forgot to mention, does not include installation of a wood pellet boiler.
Or any boiler.
And it almost fully spends the MERP funds on the weatherization projects and then leaves some, I think around $6,000 of wiggle room for water heater upgrades, whatever other small projects we might wanna do with the money, and then it leaves the town campus fund in really good shape in the event that there is an emergency or a situation that needs to be addressed with the existing buildings that's unforeseen. I guess short story is I'm getting a little uncomfortable with the balance of the fund after all of this is done.
And I've got something to add to that.
So can I ask two things?
Yeah.
With the added cost of removal at 17,000. And I think there was another conversation that still had, the way I understand it, there's still a conversation to be had with Efficiency Vermont, because there is a chance that that funding is not as much as we thought it would be.
We haven't heard that from them yet. It would be at least 10 if we did the full enchilada. If we only spent our MERP money, we don't get any EBT incentives because they don't want towns to double dip in their MERP projects.
So.
Which is all contemplated in the spreadsheet.
So if. Assuming we do it all. And there's a less coming from efficiency, if we go the whole enchilada, and there's less coming from Efficiency Vermont, and there's the added cost of the floor. What balance does that leave in the? I forgot my computer, all I have is my phone.
That's okay.
I forgot to look this up.
It leaves a balance of 129,000 in the town campus fund. And it leaves just shy of 6,900 unspent with MERP.
No. If you do everything, if you do the boiler too.
Oh, sorry. And the floor?
Yeah. Because then we had a scenario where we did everything, and my recollection was it left like 73,000 or something.
Yes, so if we do everything with the increased cost of the floor, it's 56,366 is left.
Assuming we get 20 grand from Efficiency Vermont, and if that's cut in half, then we're at 46 and then.
Yeah.
Yes, that's assuming the 20 grand from EBT and the 6 grand for the pellet. So EBT was also gonna kick in 6 grand for the pellet boiler on top of the 25 grand from Forest Service.
Which, under Dan's questions relative to the whole enchilada and the 56 remaining or 46.
Yeah,
We would still get the 6 for the pellet. We would get
Yeah.
one of the 10s, not 2 of the 10s.
right, so.
Yeah, but that's
If we didn't get, if we only got one of the 10, so that would leave the town campus fund at 46, 366.
Which to me feels much different than, I
Yeah.
don't know why, but it's, much different than 76.
Well, can I
Yeah.
jump in here now, because there's more cost? So one thing that we don't know is if we don't know how much it costs just to lay the piping in the floor. Lime Green estimated, if they were doing the whole project, that was gonna be 22,000.
It's a
If,
question that we asked them and they didn't answer.
yeah, and so, it probably wouldn't be lime green if we're not going with the radiant floor and we're not going with the pellet stove. We wouldn't have lime green come in and do our tubing,
Absolutely.
right? So we don't know really how much that will cost, right? We've assumed it's 22 in all of those. Could be more, could be less. The other thing that I've learned that just the other day, which is very significant, is relative to ventilation and dehumidification.
Yeah.
So the top line here is that we need both. What we're doing is we are sealing this building with all this weatherization.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
sealed right up. Right now, we've got.
Whereas now it breathes through the
It
wall.
bleeds, and when you squirt brake fluid, and when you're grinding things, it moves around a little bit. It's not gonna move around anymore.
yeah.
And so I talked with Climate Systems, which is an Efficiency Vermont contracted people. The guy was out here. He's been very helpful. He's the one who said, if you just want to do the ERV, Energy Recovery Ventilation
Yeah.
System for both bays, that'll be, he's roughing it. He's roughing it, right? 18.5 plus you gotta handle all the electrical.
Do we do this back bay? Would we do this back bay?
We were talking with about it.
And in this instance, it's not that much more to ERV, the whole thing. It's one unit that would do both.
Okay.
Right? And he feels very strongly that for air quality reasons in this newly tightened building, with the nature of the work that's going on, you need to do the air movement system.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this regardless of the existence of the radiant floor?
Yes,
Okay.
this is about weatherization, right?
Which makes sense. If we've
Right.
airtighted the place, there's no airflow.
So we need to do that. And then what we've always known, our problem is humidity, and we know that. And if we're doing this whole big project, let's not only change our systems, but let's weatherize and get rid of the humidity, right? So I think under any scenario now, whereas we were only looking first at ERV systems for ventilation, and then we looked at dehumidification. And we liked that scenario because that's what we thought our problem was.
Well, as soon as you start melting all the water off the floor.
It's very convincing to me that we need both after this building is sealed up and we've got the kind of activity that we've got going on in there. So, we have a quote from Lime Green for dehumidification, 16 something, and we have this quote for ERVs from Climate System of 18 something plus. So that is 35 plus electrical.
18 with no electrical, so
Right.
another 2,000-3,000.
Yeah, 2,000-3,000. And so, I think if you want to factor all this in, you got a ballpark 40,000 for that, right?
Is that in your spreadsheet?
Say again?
No, I
No.
only had 18, which was the ballpark from Climate Systems.
Yeah.
So now your 46,000 is 30,000.
No. Yes, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that's the way to add them.
Yeah, just defer to Dan on the math.
So-
It's missing something.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, I think based on what you just shared, Lou, and based on some of the things that should be discussed about the draft contract with Lime Green, I think it's perfectly possible that the town campus fund gets wiped out at the end of this project.
Yeah, any overage and you're wiped out.
Yeah, so that's concerning. I will also say that we're all well aware of the fact that this period of free money that we've been in for the last 6 years is coming to an abrupt close. And if there were any immediate needs related to these two buildings or any other town vehicles or infrastructure that was costly, there'd be nothing to support. Yeah, and I just think that I think that the weatherization work is really important, and I think it's really valuable, and I think it's a good use of the MERT funds. And I think I've shared with you all that, you know, the reason that I spent so much time and energy and drew you into the pellet system is because of the need that still exists to replace the floor and the opportunity that presented to upgrade the heating system and to provide a better working environment for the road crew. But I also feel responsible to the, you know, the funds of the town and the fact that this is an important fund to maintain with a healthy balance. And I just, it's proven to be a lot more costly, I think, than I had ever imagined. And there's.
Well, the Minions did, there are add-ons coming in that no one anticipated.
And subtractions that we didn't
Right.
anticipate, you
And-
know,
And
EVT.
potential, right, exactly, and potential increases, that, contractors could throw at us. So I just, yeah.
So I don't wanna belabor this too much, but can I ask, if we go the route of no new boiler, stubbing in radiant for a future potential use, which if it never gets used, never get used, I don't think it hurts anything. Are we bound to do the dehumidification right now, or can we just move forward with the ventilation system and see how it goes? And if we turn on the radiant floor, add the dehumidification. Somewhat, that's a question for you, Lauren, because you're the one that works over there every day. Is it ventilation?
We got no floor now, and there's.
No, but I'm saying, is the humidity the problem? Is the airflow the problem? What?
Yeah, humidity. When you walk into that building after you plowed the day before and the heat's going and everything's melted off the trucks,
Okay,
you walk in there.
so humidification would help you regardless of whether there's radiant flow.
Better catch your breath.
Well, and the humidity is gonna get worse as you seal up that building.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
don't mean to pinch pennies, I'm just kinda asking the question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had worked into scenario 7, hooking up a radiant floor to an existing boiler that I have now learned does not exist. So, it, you know, that seemed like an opportunity, and my apologies for getting that wrong. I was trying to interpret the energy audits to understand what the heck was going on, and I didn't have time to call Lauren to ground truth things, so.
I didn't find out the answer until I stopped on the road and talked to him, because he wouldn't let me through to close road today.
Don't you read the town website?
No, I'm not gonna lie, I went yesterday thinking I was taking the scenic route home, and I was like, well, I'm just taking the extra long way home.
Man, sometimes Bruce and I go that way to school,
Well,
and
see,
he was even like, Mom, the road is closed. I know, I was.
At least I left a sign out there by the meeting house, so you didn't.
I at the meeting house.
Yeah, well, I was trying to catch, Flint Hill, Hopman Hill, Braintree Hill.
So I want-
That's somebody else, so.
I want to add another piece here is, we've got some decisions to make and some more quotes to get
Yeah,
and a timeline that we're up against.
well.
For
The main, but I don't know, that doesn't worry me so much, because if we're not doing the boiler, that's gonna affect MERP, then the weatherization is gonna spend most of our funds. And
Contract with ACH, they're set to get here in
Right.
August, and
it'd be
so,
really nice to coordinate the ventilation and the dehumidification with the weatherization so that they don't foam in and do things that would be better foamed around or whatever, you know?
yeah,
So
I think we can pull that off.
I agree.
The floor piece, I think, if it goes in the winter, doesn't matter to us at this point. That maybe they're not gonna lay concrete in January, but like that's less pressing. If that's the path we take of no boiler. But the other two pieces, yes.
And you said that if we hooked up Radiant but didn't actually tie it into a system right away, it is not covered by MRF funds, correct? Because we're not actively using it.
Correct, and I threw just the 22,000 that Lime Green had put in their quote as an estimate for what it would cost to lay the piping
Mhm.
before the floor was poured. So that's a very ballpark as well. And I don't know if it's worth reaching out to local plumbing companies. to
I have a name, but I haven't gotten around to calling yet, so
Okay.
I'll make
So
at
it
least one
could
call.
be maybe worth that few minutes just to get another bid to see what it would cost, just to like essentially future-proof the floor. So that if we ever did upgrade the heating system and wanted to hook it up, then that's something the town would be able to just plug right into. So,
Okay,
so. Yeah. So
So-
I apologize for the runaround. But I feel like these 2 weeks have just really, as I've seen the balance, dwindle in the fund, based on my calculations, it just makes me really nervous, that the town's gonna be put in a bad position.
well, and I think even your scenario 7
Yeah.
now goes down by 16,000 because the humidification added on, right?
Yeah, I think the town, I think if we went with everything, I think the town campus fund would be completely drained at the end of the project, if not more than drained. So,
But we would, if we don't do the boiler right now, we'll probably end up with close to $100,000 left.
150.
But you still got the humidity piece that's not on there, so call it
I
120.
mean, yeah, like right now I have this $22,000 placeholder for the plumbing and the floor, if you just replace that with whatever the humidification and electrical work is gonna cost, you're in the same place. So. It's not completely accurate, but it's ballpark.
Okay,
So. Yeah. So I was really excited about wood heat. But it's too expensive.
okay, so do we wanna make a decision or do we wanna hold off? What do you guys wanna do?
She had something to want to say in the executive session, to want to do these other two things real quick.
Yeah.
Executive.
That's what I was thinking. We did the purchasing policy. The special appropriations policy, I think I shared that with everybody too.
Yep.
There was this one paragraph change on that. Based on the last meeting. And again, I forgot, my computer was dead and I didn't have time to charge it.
Yeah, it's about, special appropriations are intended to last for a year, but if you need more than a year because of special circumstances, you can come to the select board and the select board can determine whether it gets extended.
Or notify the town at the time of the request that it might go more than a year. I think that's written in.
Yep.
writing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now. There it is.
So it's not a ton, but it just. Going forward, I don't know that we'll ever enter that circumstance, but I did see it in. At least 2 other towns that had similar language to this,
Yeah.
that said that, especially that fiscal year. Stuff at the beginning.
And I'll note that, at our discussion at the last meeting, we were talking about, well, maybe everyone lasts for 2 years. And then, you can ask if you need more than 2 years. I like the 1 year, sticking with the fiscal year. I think that was a smart change rather than defaulting to 2. Just keep it.
And it's our natural cycle. So.
Yeah, right.
So. If is everybody okay with that change?
Yes.
So can I make a motion that we approve the amended. Special appropriations policy?
Second.
All those in favor?
I,
We'll bring in a clean copy for everybody to sign and leave it on the desk. Vote on the extension or expiration of Snowsville Community Trust Special Appropriation. I'm gonna bow out for that.
since we just adopted a policy that says that the group needs to come to us with this, I think we should, and I'm happy to do this, alert Snowsville Community Trust to the new policy ask them to come to us and say, we want the extension because we don't think we're gonna use it during this fiscal year, and we can consider it at the next meeting.
It works for me. There was a member of that board here last time, but I guess that wasn't a formal request, right?
Yeah, I was here.
We're not considering that a request for the extension. Or was
Are
that
you,
just a
you're
question?
not on the board?
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, you are
can
now?
Make one right now.
Oh. I suppose you could make one that.
On the agenda, so.
To formally request an extension of the special appropriation from fiscal year 26 for the Snowsville Community Trust.
To fiscal year
27.
27. Any discussion? I think as we sort of discussed last week, my sense of the town's vote in support of the Snowsville $50,000 appropriation at 2 town meetings ago was really resounding, and it wasn't tied to a specific limit. Everybody sort of assumed it was going to be one building in a year or so. And I just I don't see this as upsetting of the apple cart intended by the voters.
I don't think so either.
So I would move to approve the request put forth by Ms. O'Toole for the Snowsville Community Trust appropriation of $50,000 voted on by the Braintree voters at town meeting 2025 for fiscal year 2026, that $50,000 be carried over into fiscal year 2027.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Are you on the
No.
board?
No, still not on the board. She can vote.
Beautiful, Colin.
I
Aye.
think he says that.
Thank you.
I have to abstain.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Payment orders.
Move to approve.
Sorry, did you wanna vote on the contract for Link?
Oh, yeah. You gotta go back to that.
If folks haven't had enough time, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't skip that.
I don't know if we were talking about that in
Removal
special.
and installation.
Okay.
I mean, I thought I just heard you say, well, maybe we wait on the floor.
No. I don't think I'm not saying we wait on the floor. I'm saying the timing of the floor is less critical
Oh, okay.
at this
Whether
point.
it's summer, fall.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
So I'm happy to. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the contract.
And can I just ask this, the reason we're redoing the floor is because it's crumbling, it's a safety issue from stability and the trucks and
Issue with the silicone.
got it, thank you very
Incredible
much,
dust.
yeah,
Can't imagine.
got it.
Lou needs a tour. You got to.
No, I've
Not
walked
around.
around, I see the crumble.
So I'll make a
Which
motion
concrete-
to approve.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
which contractor did we decide to go with for the floor?
So it's gonna be Paul Lambert for removal and the original quote from Steve Heller, sorry. Steve Heller for installation. We did
Okay.
have a combined quote from Steve, but
No.
No, from Messier,
No.
from Messier, sorry.
there was the same
And all-
price as the Heller Lambert combination.
Mhm.
And then we had a quote from Aldrighetti,
It was much higher.
which was $7,000 or $8,000 more.
Yeah, that's
So
the
we're
only
not-
one I've seen is that one and the Messier's one. I haven't seen the other ones, but okay.
They're the same, they're the same.
Colin,
Gotcha.
I might have gotten your email wrong, but I tried to send you the draft contracts. Did I get your email wrong? Did you not get those?
Oh, was it? Okay. Sorry. I do have that
Contract.
email. I will go back and double check it.
Okay, and I might have, I just guessed that your email was the same format as other board members, but maybe it's not.
Let's see.
And the Aldrighetti quote is in the updated select board packet as well.
So I'll make a motion to move forward with the Lambert and Heller contracts for removal and installation of the floor.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I think everything else for contracts can wait, right?
Yeah,
For a minute.
let me see if I can print those out. Did you already print them out, Paul? Or, let's see if I have this for my.
Okay, now I'm back to payment orders.
Sorry, thank you.
Wait, scope of work, do we need to talk about? Not yet.
No,
Okay, payment orders. You made a motion to approve. I'll second his motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then,
2,500.
payroll warrant.
No. Oh, yes. Payroll warrant. I move to approve the warrant for payroll dated May 21, 2026 for the period May 3, 2026 to May 16, 2026.
And I will second Lou's motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Eddie, can you?
Gotta rush it along.
Laura's ready to go home.
No,
Okay, so
it's hot in here.
I will.
Great in here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, turn the AC on.
I didn't wanna make the noise.
That sign is?
That's
Yeah,
not.
Colin.
No, it's right.
Thank
No, it's the
you.
heater
The
that's
heaters
noisy,
that make
right?
noise.
The
That's
heater
just-
that think of things.
Okay, so I will make a motion that we enter into an executive session to discuss personnel and contract matters.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'm gonna pause the record. Okay, so. What?
Okay, yeah.
I paused it and I restarted it.
I thought there was more.
I was gonna say there's more
Oh,
personnel, I thought we were going.
hold on. Megan, you can,
Yeah.
you're out of here.
Yay or nay on Friday? Or
Okay, it's 7:49. And we've come out of executive session and have made the decision that we won't be moving forward with a contract with Lime Green. Despite our vote at the last meeting, negotiations on the contract broke down, so we won't continue there. And we will not be installing radiant heating in the floor of the garage. Instead, we will seek quotes for ventilation and dehumidification and move forward with weatherization. Does that sound right to everybody?
We had invited Megan and
Sounds
Jen.
great.
And we had Megan and Jesse join us for the executive session. Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn
Second.
at 7:50. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Sorry.
Colin, you don't want to adjourn?
He's already
I,
gone.
He's
I
not, he hasn't been paying attention.
Just checking.
That was a drink.
No, he's not doing it. Anyway, all right, Colin, have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
See you.
Yeah.
This is very.
Sorry for the